Top 20 Richest Countries in Africa 2022-2023. Welcome back to another informative video presented to you by your youth entertainer. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the top 20 richest countries in Africa 2022-2023 according to their GDP per capita. Before we dive into this list, if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Number 20, Kenya. GDP per capita $1,802. Kenya's economy has seen such expansion thanks to strong performance in tourism, higher education and telecommunications. The country is currently ranked 20th in the richest countries in Africa. Number 19, Nigeria. GDP per capita $1,981. Nigeria is a lower middle income economy country in West Africa that borders Niger in the north, Chad in the northeast, Cameroon in the east and Benin in the west. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy by nominal GDP, surpassing Egypt and South Africa. It is also the 19th richest country in Africa with a GDP per capita of $1,981. Number 18, Sao Tome and Principe. GDP per capita $2,095. Sao Tome and Principe is a country in Central Africa located on the equator in the Gulf of Guinea. The country's economy has historically been dependent on agriculture, and much of the total agricultural area of the two islands belong to the state. It is the 18th richest country in Africa with a GDP per capita of $2,095. Number 17, Ghana. GDP per capita $2,114. Ghana is a country in West Africa. It is the second most populous country in West Africa after Nigeria. Since 1993, it has maintained one of the freest and most stable governments on the continent and performs relatively well in metrics of healthcare, economic growth, and human development. Ghana is classified as a middle-income country. Services followed by manufacturing, extractive industries, and taxes account for the country's GDP. It is the 17th richest country in Africa with a GDP per capita of $2,114. Number 16, Ivory Coast. GDP per capita $2,215. Ivory Coast is a country located on the south coast of West Africa. Ivory Coast is the largest economy in the West African Economic and Monetary Union, constituting over 40% of the monetary union's total GDP. The country is the world's largest exporter of cocoa beans and the fourth largest exporter of goods in sub-Saharan Africa. It is the 16th richest country in Africa and the richest country in West Africa with a GDP per capita of $2,215. Number 15, Libya. GDP per capita $2,728. Libya is a country in the Maghreb region in North Africa. It is the fourth largest country in Africa and the 16th largest in the world. Libya has the 10th largest proven oil reserves of any country in the world. In the early 80s, Libya was one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Its GDP per capita was higher than some developed countries. Currently, the country is the 15th richest in Africa with a GDP per capita of $2,728. Number 14, Cape Verde. GDP per capita $3,007. Cape Verde is a country comprising a group of islands that lie off the west coast of Africa. The country has a GDP per capita of $3,007 and is the 14th richest in Africa. Since the early 90s, Cape Verde has been a stable representative democracy and has remained one of the most developed and democratic countries in all of Africa. The economy of Cape Verde is service-oriented with commerce, transport and public services accounting for more than 70% of GDP. In 2008, the country graduated from least developed country to middle-income country status. 13. Morocco. GDP per capita $3,037. Morocco, officially the Kingdom of Morocco, is the northwesternmost country in the Maghreb region of North Africa. It is the 13th richest in Africa with a GDP per capita of $3,037. Number 12, Algeria. GDP per capita $3,255. Algeria, the largest country in Africa, is located in the northern part of the continent. It is the 12th richest country in Africa with a GDP per capita of $3,255. The country has a population of over 40 million. Like many countries on this list, it is considered by the World Bank to be an upper middle country. Number 11, Eswatini. GDP per capita $3,354. Eswatini is a landlocked country in southern Africa. Eswatini's economy is very closely linked to the economy of South Africa, from which it receives over 90% of its imports and to which it sends about 70% of its exports. Eswatini's economy is diverse, with agriculture, forestry and mining accounting for about 13% of GDP, manufacturing, textiles and sugar-related processing representing 37% of GDP and services, with government services in the lead constituting 50% of GDP. It ranks 11th on our list with a per capita income in GDP of $3,354. Number 10. Djibouti. GDP per capita $3,356. Djibouti is a mostly French and Arabic-speaking country located in the Horn of Africa. This country is the richest in East Africa and the 10th richest in all of Africa. Djibouti's economy is largely concentrated in the service sector. Commercial activities revolve around the country's free trade policies and strategic location as a Red Sea transit point. The GDP in 2021 was estimated at $3.41 billion. The per capita income is around $3,356. Number 9. Egypt. GDP per capita $3,429. Egypt is a transcontinental country with territories stretching from Africa's northeast corner to Asia's southwest corner across the Sinai Peninsula. Egypt shares its borders with the Gaza Strip and Israel, the Red Sea Gulf of Aqaba, Red Sea, Sudan and Libya. Cairo is the capital of the country. It ranks 9th on this list of richest African countries with a bare capita GDP of $3,429. The economy of Egypt depends on agriculture, tourism, natural gas and petroleum imports, as well as revenues from the Suez Canal. A large number of Egyptians also work abroad. The remittance of these workers contributes to the wealth of the nation. Number 8. Tunisia. GDP per capita $3,528. Tunisia is a North African country bordering the Mediterranean Sea and Sahara Desert. The country has a per capita GDP of $3,528. It is the 8th richest country in Africa and the richest country in North Africa. Number 7. Namibia. GDP per capita $4,032. Namibia is located in Southern Africa. The country has a per capita GDP of $4,032. It is the 7th richest country in Africa. Mining, agriculture, manufacturing and tourism all play large parts in the country's economy. The country is sparsely populated with a population of around 2 million. Number 6. South Africa. GDP per capita $5,520. South Africa, the southernmost country of the African continent, is bordered by Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Swaziland, Lesotho and Mozambique. The country has a mixed type of economy and has a relatively high GDP compared to other African countries. The country ranks 6th on the list with an average per capita income of $5,520. Number 5. Botswana. GDP per capita $6,116. Botswana is located in southern Africa. The country is known for its reputation as a stable democracy. It is the richest country in southern Africa and the 5th richest country in Africa with a GDP per capita of $6,116. Number 4. Gabon. GDP per capita $6,579. Gabon is located on the West African coast and is bordered by Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon and the Republic of the Congo. Libreville is the capital and biggest city of the country. It ranks 4th on this list with an average GDP per capita of $6,579. Number 3. Equatorial Guinea. GDP per capita $6,696. Equatorial Guinea is a country located in Central Africa. It is a relatively small, covering only around 10,830 square miles. The population measures at around 1,222,245. It is partly this low population that helps the GDP to remain relatively high. It comes in 3rd place with a GDP per capita of $6,696. Number 2. Mauritius. GDP per capita $8,567. Mauritius is an island country located in the Indian Ocean off the southeast coast of the African continent. Throughout its history, the country has been at times a Dutch colony, a French colony, and a British colony. It has been independent since 1968 and has a population of around 1.5 million. It is the 2nd richest country in Africa with a GDP per capita of $8,567. Number 1. Seychelles. GDP per capita $12,089. Seychelles is an island country found in the Indian Ocean. It is actually made up of around 115 small islands. With a population of less than 100,000, it has the tiniest population of any country in Africa. It ranks as the richest country in Africa with a reported per capita GDP of $12,089. Seychelles is also the most developed in Africa. There you got it. In the comment section below, let us know which African country we left out. Please do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.